All right, Jameshillsports here outside of Atlanta at the White Columns Country Club. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be with Mr. Doug Williams. And Doug, talk about your event here today, the Black College Football Hall of Fame. And guys like to get out here on the links and really just have a great time.
Well, I think that's what it's all about, being able to socialize with guys that you've known, whether or not they played the sport that you played, the fact that you knew who they are and watched them on television, for them to come out and support the Black College Football Hall of Fame. You know, James Harris and myself really take our hats off to them.
Now in February, downtown Atlanta at the induction ceremony, we had a ball, and going forward we will continue to do so. But just talk about both of the events and why they're so important to the legacy.
Well, the legacy is the fact that there's so many HBCU guys that have played the game of football and has gone unrecognized. And when James and we first thought about this idea, and then we got people like Art Shell and Mel Blunt and guys like that to understand where we was coming from. They realized that the guys that they played with that hadn't been recognized, they should. So when you look at all the historical black colleges across the country and think about football they played for years and how good a football that we did play, and some of the players that has not been recognized for that, we thought it was fitting to start a Black College Football Hall of Fame. And we've been fortunate for the last 10 years with the support of people like Arthur Blank of Atlanta Falcons and John Piar, priority payment, to really help us get on the way. And now, you know, we kind of a partnership a little bit with the National Football League Hall of Fame up in Canton with David Baker, and we're going to be housed up there starting in 2020.
Big game coming up, Labor Day weekend, and as you say, being housed there, fans can see artifacts and really go in there and enjoy the legacy. But talk about the Canton aspect of it.
Well, you know, think about this. When you think about the National Football League Hall of Fame, there's about 29 players in that Hall of Fame that went to historical black institutions. I think that in itself is significant, and to have a game in Canton and be able to talk to guys like David Baker, who's over the Hall of Fame, and him understand the history of historical black college and wanting us to be a part of it, man, it's a blessing, and we're actually looking forward to it.
What would Coach Rob, sitting up in heaven, what would he think about this whole concept in a day like this?
Well, I do think that he's looking down on us, you know, and he didn't play golf, he didn't go fishing, all he did was coach football. But I think if he was here today, he'd probably be driving the car to trying to play golf, and because I'm sure he's proud of not only James and myself, but the whole concept of all the guys that are involved with the historical black college, because you're talking about a guy that coached at historical black college for 57 years. Had an opportunity to go to places, but there's no place like coaching at the historical black college.
In closing, San Diego, California, 42-10. That's very significant.
Yes, it is. You know, think about it, I was fortunate enough to be on that football team in Washington to play in the Super Bowl in San Diego and be able to win, and consequently, you know, voted MVP. And it's something that's going to stick in my mind for the rest of my life. It's a significant part, not only for myself, but we sitting here talking about historical black college. To be the first African-American quarterback to play in that game and to win and be named MVP, and having gone and graduated from the historical black college, I think that in itself is significant.
Folks, there you have it from a phenomenal human being. He is Mr. Doug Williams, and this is the Black College Football Hall of Fame. Make sure you go over to Google and Google it. Come on out to the induction ceremony. Go into Canton. And also, if you could swing your golf clubs, come on out to the links. I'm James Hill reporting.